It's time to fire it up.
Why you gotta make me feel inferior? Because I'm on the grill, B.
From the chow.
Food for action.
To the gear.
It's 122,000 BTUs of charred broiling power.
To the drinks.
Drink some beers.
These guys have you covered.
We're just kicking back out here, just having a barbecue.
This is the Grillin' Guy.
Good morning and welcome. You're listening to Grillin' Guys on the Grillin' Guys Talk Network. Here we are approaching the end of July. If you haven't been grilling and smoking and just, tearing up your neighborhood with great barbecue, it's time to get started, damn it. I'm Jop. He's Barbecue Bob. What's cooking, baby?
Hey, thanks, buddy, and welcome to the smokiest show on the airwaves, coming to you from Grand Rapids, Michigan, from Jethro Studios, and maybe into your podcast, maybe streaming online, maybe up north in Big Rapids or in Lansing and JIM, BRN. We're not ubiquitous, but we're trying to be.
Okay, whatever that means. I'm not sure.
Word of the day.
Yeah, all right. We said it once. That's enough because I don't know what it means, man.
Means we're everywhere.
Oh, and nowhere at the same time. Yeah, it's cool. So anyway,
Okay.
What did you do this week, Bob? I see dropped a giant tree on the show plan. So there's always first of all, did anybody get injured?
No.
Oh, well then, okay, this is not the best story he's going to tell, but it's a good one.
Well, I love dropping trees,
Right.
and I've got so many, and they just, I don't know, they're outgrowing me.
Yeah?
They're just, the longer I live there, it seems like they're, well, when I bought the land, the thing had been clear cut 30 years prior.
Yep.
So I've been there 40 years. So now those trees that came up after the clear cut are 70 years old. So they're pretty good timber size. They're not perfect yet, but they're big enough that
Right.
if they're in my way or if they're going to fall on my house, which this one was going to,
Okay.
it's like, you got to go.
Yeah.
And this was a tricky
What kind of tree?
cherry, a wild cherry, or they call it
You
the
making
little
lumber?
pits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this one grew kind of weird around my shed out there, and it was growing out kind of towards the garage, and it's like, man, one of these ice storms, we lose so many trees to ice and wind
Right.
that.
Yeah, you're kind of on a knob up there. Yep.
So I got my neighbor to help me, and we used his block and tackle, and we got her down. There was a little damage to the shed.
Okay.
It bumped it a little bit.
The little shed where you keep your mower, or the one you just built where the smoker is?
The old one that I built when I moved out there. But regardless, it's some of these trees bother me, and I know I talk about trees too much, but I use all that wood, right?
Right.
And so do you.
Yeah.
So you watch them and you study them, and after you cut enough trees, the older you get, you're just like, man, that one looks like it could be trouble, or this will be easy. Well, this one I've been studying for a couple of years, and so it's just good to have it off my checklist.
Right.
I got a couple more there, and then that whole back barn area will be cleared out, and I won't have all the...
It was live?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So those branches that are about as big around as your bicep.
Yep.
All right.
Giant.
Disc me up some of those babies because in a year or two, that'll be awesome smoking wood.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's cherry.
I've got tons of it.
Yeah. So there's the moral of the story is that there's going to be tops in that tree. And if I come out there and you've got them all chopped, I'll pick them up.
That's how this goes.
I'm that guy.
That's how this goes. But we had, I show you here that I had to buy a fan. Well, we had a water accident.
Uh-oh.
And I won't say
indoor,
who.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Grandkids leave a faucet going?
Something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
And it flooded the one of the spare bedrooms in the lower level.
Yeah.
That has flooded before.
Oh, well, there you go. So you knew what you were doing.
I did. But I called my guy, and he said, I'm a month out.
Oh.
Here's what you do. So I already knew what to do. You got to pull the carpet back, put fans in. And so that's
You had to buy
job.
a fan.
I had to buy a floor fan, yeah.
Okay. That's good. I mean, I had one. I'd have loaned you, but I get it.
You have one of those that scoots along the bottom of the floor? Mm-hmm. Do you?
Yeah. But anyway.
I might want to borrow that.
Yeah. So it'll move a lot of air.
It's not all dry yet.
Right. It'll move a lot of air. Right. Yeah. Well, that takes a while.
Oh, yeah.
And you want to get it dry with that air moving, or
yes.
you're going to get musty.
Especially with a cement floor.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, you got.
It's a problem.
So did you cook anything? Did you grill anything?
I did. Smoked a nice rib roast.
Okay.
Bone on?
Okay. Beef?
Yes.
Okay, because I got a question for you. I've had a pork rib roast in my freezer for almost a year.
Okay.
I think I bought it at a big box store or something. They were clearing them out, or close to date or whatever it was. And it's a cryovac, and I came right home and threw it in the freezer.
So a year,
And I just found it.
It's got to go.
Yeah, I just found it in the bottom. So it's 16, 18 inches long, whatever, 8 bones, and it's pork, right? It's like the pork loin, but the ribs are still in it. And so you can make chops or do whatever. So my question to you is, what would you do with it? Because it's almost a year old, and it's been frozen solid. We both got the chest freezers, the old ones that don't defrost. So I think it's good still, but I got to pull it out. And I got, in my mind, I got 2 options. Once it's thawed, I cut it into chops and I grill them.
Yeah.
Or I smoke the whole dang thing.
No, I would. I would think about maybe smoking the whole thing to about 110, and then cutting it into chops and finishing it off on the grill.
Okay. Yep. Just because you don't want to dry it out on the grill, and you can get it up to a certain temperature.
Well, you don't have to dry them out, in my opinion.
But I mean, if you start them from chops and cook them raw onto the grill.
Well, I'm just thinking that it's nice to get some smoke on the thing, but you don't really have to dry them out like we've talked about a million times.
Right.
You know, if you oil the face of it and you sear it slowly and bring it up to 145 and pull it and cover it, it's going to be really juicy.
Right.
Wonderful.
No marinade?
I do them all the time. I don't, but
Right.
people
so
like it.
Whatever your seasoning profile is that you like.
People like it.
It's pork. It's
I like
flavorful.
Sobeys blend is what I
Yeah,
like.
right. Tim's blend.
Tim's blend.
Yeah, we got bunches of that in our house, and I know you do too. It's just an all around great seasoning.
Yeah.
And it works on pretty much anything. But
and it keeps us on the air.
right, yeah. But it's a I just, when you get a big chunk of meat out like that, you look at it and it's like there's a couple things that I should do, and that's where I wanted to cover with
Right.
you, because I just want to.
What were you thinking of doing?
Well, I was going to cut it up and just do chops with it.
That works too.
Yeah, but it
Works wonderfully.
But I think I like the smoke on the outside. It'll still be on the edges of all of the inner cuts, and the 2 ends will be really smoky, and that's good. But so
I would probably treat that just like I treat the beef rib roast, and I would separate the bone and smoke the whole thing without the bone on it, because people always say, "Wow, that bone adds flavor." Well, you can say that, but my opinion, that work was already done. So the flavor, you're not going to transfer flavor by whether or not you leave a bone on or not.
right.
The flavor is in that portion of the meat via the fat. You're just going to sliver the bone off it, so that if you're going to smoke it, you can rub the whole thing.
Right.
We all like to do that.
Right.
And then smoke the whole thing.
Right. Yeah. Good. Yep. Presentation. You can truss the bones back on if you want it, but you know what? It's still, you're not eating the bone.
If you have a gorgeous pork chop, your presentation's done.
Yeah. Yep.
Put a piece of parsley on it.
Yeah. Little pat of garlic butter right at the end, and just let it drizzle
There you
over
go.
the edge of it.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Ooh, that's always a great flavor enhancer right at the end.
Do you make compound butter?
I do.
I do too.
I do too. Yeah.
Love it.
I do it with minced garlic rather than garlic powder.
Right.
I think that's got a little more flavor, and I
Absolutely.
like the texture of it.
No
and
question.
then I always put a little bit of salt and pepper in it as well, because it's just nice, because that's where I use it. Is that compound butter is on the end.
You know
Just put
what?
a little dollop on there.
We get our butter from the Amish farmer in Alto.
Oh, you do?
Oh my goodness.
And they churn it right there.
Nothing like it. So I like to make a compound with brown sugar and cinnamon as well, because if you're having a bunch of people for breakfast and you do toast, it's
Oh, yeah.
you can just say forget the eggs.
Right. Yeah. I'll just eat another
Some nice
6 more pieces
sourdough
of toast.
and-
Right.
Well, so anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about style of grilling.
Yeah, and it starts with fuel. If you're looking to expand your grill, look at the fuel. You got charcoal, gas, pellet, wood, electric, just to name a few. And we're going to cover some of that with you in the next segment. So you're listening to Grillin' Guys on the Grillin' Guys Talk Network. Stick with us. We'll be back.
Fenn Valley Vineyards, located on the shores of Lake Michigan in Fennville, Michigan, 45 minutes south of Grand Rapids. It's one of the most beautiful, most picturesque vineyards in North America. This family's been making wine for over 40 years. You have to bring your friends and family to the tasting room and experience pure Michigan wine. Fenn Valley Vineyards.
With the Grillin guys coming at you like a pit bull. We smoke butt, and it's a mittful. Backyard masters, barbecue blasters. Nobody smokes a T-bone faster. So when you see the Grillin guy rig, hit the brakes, it's gonna be big. Stick around and put down the rake. Fire up your grill, there's no need to bake. You bring the party, we'll bring the smoke. You're gonna eat so much you might choke. So here's how it goes, and everyone knows. You're gonna listen to the Grillin Guys show.
Welcome back. You listen to Grillin Guys on the Grillin Guys Talk Network. We were talking a little bit about what we did in the last week, but now we're going to get a little bit serious. We're going to talk about different styles of grilling, and we're going to start with what fuel you use on your grill. But before we do that, this is Bob, we always talk about things between the segments. I got a notice that my McAfee on my computer, the virus protection, it stopped or it expired, whatever, my subscription.
Always does.
And they want me to spend more money. So I think I need virus protection. Everybody does. I click on it. I think it in and of itself was a virus because I now got these pop-ups that are coming on every screen, and you click on them, they just come back.
Is it a bunch of hot girls?
No, it's all about...
Because I know where you got those.
No, it's all McAfee ads. But it's like buy this. You get off one, and another one pops in right behind it, and it's taking up half of my screen.
Talk to our web guy. He'll help you.
I'm going to do that. Yeah. But because I'm like, okay, so if I click on this now they're really going to get me, and they're going to get my money.
Charcoal.
So,
charcoal.
Let's
focus
talk about,
on charcoal.
Let's talk about charcoal. But it's stressful.
See, if
man.
you start taking money from Randy,
right,
he's gonna. You see how he's getting his head's shaking a little bit,
right,
and he's a Hollander, man.
Yeah. So, if you guys are and gals in grilling world are looking for a new grill, you probably have one already, and so you're expanding your repertoire. I'm thinking that's probably what most people do. So the first thing you got to talk about is fuel, and you're like, what do you mean fuel? How do you want to cook, and on what type of fuel do you want to use?
Right. And I'm gonna say, I haven't seen the numbers in 10 years, but the last time I looked, 57% of all grill sales were gas.
Right.
I'm sure it's even higher now, but I don't know. I don't know that because pellet and, of course, Kamados and all those made such big inroads that they probably propped up the wood fuel side.
So let's start with gas then. I don't have any right now, but we'll talk about it anyway.
We're thankful in the studio.
That's right. So when I look at gas, there's 3 or 4 things that I think of. One, it's quicker to preheat and quicker to use, and in this society, when everybody's busy, that seems to be a plus. Okay, it's easier for me to control the temperature because I got a knob. I can turn it up or down, right? It's cleaner to use. There's no ashes. You kind of just shut this thing off, brush it down, and it's ready to go the next time. And they're a little bit, generally, you can get a inexpensive one if you have to, if your budget's not healthy. But the thing that I think is the negative is you get less flavor.
I don't think the money has to be. I mean, you can get a Weber kettle for $199,
right?
And I don't know that you can get a gas grill that you won't absolutely smash for under that.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So gas has its pluses, and the only minus for me is I'm cooking with a chemical, and it's bound to get some funky flavor a little bit from your gas grill, and as compared to other natural fuels. So pellet grills, right, have come on like a sensation. Everybody knows of the Traeger. There are many, many brands out there, but Traeger is the household name.
They started the business.
Right. And so you do get flavor from that heat because it's compressed wood, sawdust, if you will, that's made into a pellet. And you go to any box store, you can usually get several flavors, and really all that is
here's
different
the
kinds of sawdust.
Here's the little hidden secret. Over half of the sawdust in all those pellets is just ash.
Yeah.
So when you say, well, I'm going to use cherry or I'm going to use hickory, you're probably not going to know the difference.
Right. You think you can. It's a pretty picture on the bag, and it's like, ooh, I want
Now,
that competition
if
one.
you throw a piece of hickory on your wood fireplace or your
Right.
wood grill, yeah, you're gonna tell the difference. If you throw a piece of cherry, you can tell the difference.
Right.
I can barely tell the difference between oak and hickory.
Yeah.
They're so similar. Now, oak is that's a great kept secret too. It's a great smoking wood.
So the pellet grill, if I'm looking at my pluses and minuses, you do get flavor from the heat. It's similar to the gas to be able to preheat it. Your temperature control in most of them is electronic. There's a dial or a digital readout, and it will monitor the temperature in your cooking chamber. And that's a big thing when you're cooking, is to make sure you know what the temperature is and what the temperature of the product is. They're clean. They do blow a little ash, but they're designed pretty well that ash does not get on your food. For the most part, you get a little bit of it, and I don't know. They're set it and forget it grills. I have one. I use it a lot, and I can't put a real big knock on my pellet grill. And the one I use is a Louisiana pellet grill. When you sold those, this was a demo. I can tell you what, they bounce really well, and then when you pick them back up, they still work. So I've been using that thing for years. I mean, I don't know how long ago it was when that was built.
10 years ago, probably.
Yeah, and it's still chugging along fine, and I've never done anything to it but clean it. So very, very reliable.
That one you've got was made in Canada.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. So pellet grills.
I think you should pay me a tariff on it.
I have.
That's emotional trauma.
Right. So let's go to the granddaddy of them all, Bob, charcoal. Tell us a little bit about what you think about charcoal.
Well, isn't that isn't that like I don't know, I think of Americana.
Yeah.
I think of Native Americans, settlers, pioneers. Everybody cooked with wood, and charcoal is just wood. Matter of fact, at the Flat River Grill, they used to have a wood-fired grill for your steaks.
Right, yep.
And they would just burn wood, and then they'd push the coals over. And
right.
That's a process, too. If you don't have charcoal, you can grab some sticks.
Right.
It'll work.
Yep.
Trust me on that.
So this is traditional flavor. Bob mentioned earlier that whether you've got oak or hickory, those are both hardwoods. They're going to impart a different flavor than your fruit woods. Which are hardwoods as well, right? But you use apple or you use cherry. Those are going to be a lighter smoke, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the best flavored smoke I can recall is pecan.
Yeah, right, and that's a southern thing. But again, that is a nice light smoke. And when we say light smoke, it's not an overpowering flavor.
Hickory can be a little strong,
right? And if any of you have ever grilled with mesquite. A little bit of that goes a long way.
I love mesquite personally.
I do too, but you can't get too aggressive with it because it's a strong flavor and that's all you'll taste. You want a little. It's like perfume,
I think
man.
That goes with about any smoke though, and that's a little different conversation as to how are you controlling how much smoke you're getting if you're burning charcoal.
Right.
Are you putting flavor wood on? If you burn a good charcoal, I mean, like. You don't really need to put much flavor wood on because it's just got such a wonderful.
And that's lump charcoal, not the briquettes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, briquettes definitely have a different smell.
Right, yeah. So anyway, couple things about charcoal. Obviously, it's traditional flavor. It takes more time to preheat it. Temperature control is a little more challenging. That's air in, air out. Ash to deal with. And, charcoal isn't as inexpensive as gas, but it's worth it, right? So...
It's gone
my
up.
favorite way.
It's gone up the last year.
Right. It's my favorite way to cook is with charcoal. But we'll pick this up because there's a couple others, infrared and maybe electric, that we can talk about right at the beginning in the next segment.
Okay.
So you listen to Grillin' Guys. Stick with us. Fire up a grill. We'll be back.
Hi, this is Andy Havmeyer, operating owner of Hall Street Bakery, where we're more than just pastries. Join us for happy hour Monday through Saturday from 4 to 7 with 30% off brick oven pizzas and $1 off beer and wine. Enjoy your meal and drinks on our large outdoor patio or even take your pizzas to go. Happy hour deals also available at our sister location, Wealthy Street Bakery, which is on the corner of Wealthy and Union. Check out our menus online at wealthystreetbakery.com and also at hallstreetbakery.com.
Barbecue Bob for Garrett's Appliance. Lots of folks are remodeling, and if you are, you owe it to yourself to go to Garrett's Appliance. They made my kitchen the perfect example of elegant and functional. Visit either location, 29th Street in Kentwood or 28th Street in Wyoming. Garrett's Appliance also has a super lineup of patio kitchen equipment, and you can count on their design team for a perfect outdoor grilling area. Visit garrettsappliances.com. That's garrettsappliances.com.
The Grillin' Guys.
Welcome back. You listen to Grillin' Guys on the Grillin' Guys Talk Network. Hey, we appreciate you tuning in each and every week. We are on live radio here at Jethro FM and all those affiliated stations. Big Rapids, we're over out of Lansing. And then, of course, Bob, they can find us on the World Wide Web, right?
Yes, thank you very much.
Yep. So we've got
thegrillinguys.com. Check out our website. Look at our sponsors over there. Click on their logos, and you might find yourself some good deals.
Right. Yeah. Garrett's always has great grill deals this time of year. We're right in the middle, approaching the end of the season. And
the newest sponsor on there is Hunter's Blend Coffee.
Right.
And that is a fantastic coffee. You can buy direct from the growers, and you're supporting a small business.
Yeah.
And patriots.
If you're in
and hunters.
Yeah, exactly. All of that. If you're in West Michigan, if you've not been to Sobey Meats, you're missing out. Go there. It's the butcher where Bob and I go, have been since the beginning of this show. And there's no substitute. We're talking about kinds of grills and kinds of fuel, but the biggest thing is the piece of protein that you put on the grill and the quality which it has. And none of that stuff comes from the big box store. That's all fresh cut meat.
Mm-hmm.
Sobey makes his own sausages and brats, and there's no substitute for that.
So how do I decide what type of grill's best for me?
Well, I think there's a few things that you need to consider, and I'll start with the first one because this is near and dear to Bob's heart. Size matters. So you've got to decide how many people do you cook for on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
less and less.
Yeah, right. Well,
my house just emptied out.
Okay, there you go. Well, they'll come back. They always do.
Oh, they got to come back and flood the other rooms.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a reference back to the first segment. Bob had a little water problem this last week. But no, in all seriousness, grills can take up a lot of space. A lot of people don't have endless decks. Bob and I are big advocates of building deck areas that have a lot of surface area around a grill because there's prep and then there's final after you take off.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you can't have too much countertop space when you're grilling.
Right. Yep. There's always stuff to
or
sit on there.
tables or
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how many people do you grill for, and then buy your grill accordingly. Now, there's many of us, Bob and I both have pools, and from time to time, there'll be 15, 18, 20 people that I'm grilling for. That isn't what I want to plan for. I want to plan for every day, and if it's just Lisa and I, maybe I get a 24 or 30-inch grill, but I don't need the big 38s or 42s or whatever they are. That's just too much grill for me.
Oh, but
if you got the budget, bigger's always better.
Yeah, and like if you're going to, let's say you're going to get a gas grill and it's a Weber, they might have 3 or 4 knobs on it, so 3 or 4 burners.
Right.
You can still just use like one burner most of the time.
Yep.
But you have that expansion space.
Yeah. And that's the next point is, 1, what do you like to cook? And 2, what entrees are your? Do you want to do just an entree, or do you want to do an entire meal on the grill?
Right.
Because that takes more space.
Yep.
Right. So just think about that. We do a lot of grilled vegetables this time of year, and
it's about to pick up.
Right.
Too.
And you got 2 ways to do that: on a skewer or in a basket. To me, because they fall through your grates. Right. And I like it either way. Skewers are cool presentations. You put that on somebody's plate, everybody grabs one. It's pretty. But a basket's more practical if you're feeding a lot of people. You just, roll the vegetables in the basket as they grill, and they don't fall through, and it works wonderful. But, that takes space on your grill. And if you're cooking a bunch of burgers or a few steaks and you want to do the vegetables too, you're going to need a bigger grill, right? So, and then how often do you use it? Now, that's a loaded question for Bob and I because I'm out there 4 or 5 times a week on the grill.
Yeah, and all that stuff also changes after a while too, doesn't it? I mean, if you get a new grill and you really like it,
yes,
you're going to use it a lot.
Right. Yep.
And if you follow some of our pointers and advice and you put some sort of covering over it so that you can expand your season,
right,
or keep the rain and snow off you when you're grilling,
right,
you'll grill a lot more.
Right.
Because, like, we've had a lot of rain. Have you noticed the rain?
Well, lately. Yeah, not.
So it doesn't bother me.
Right.
I actually like going out in the barbecue shack because it's corrugated steel, and when the rain's falling, I hear the raindrops hitting the tin, and
right.
I don't know, that's a cool,
yeah,
cool kind of sound, and it just reminds me of what a good idea that roof was.
Right. So that, you know what, that is a good point, because you and I have year-round grilling stations with roofs on them, and we've accounted for the wind, which way it blows, and we put a little wall up there, or a temporary wall for the winter, and so on. But for a lot of people, they don't have that elaborate of a setup. So it's like, where are you going to put it when you use it, area-wise, size-wise, and then what are you going to do with it in the off-season? Bob and I don't have off-seasons. We're year-round grillers. But there are people, many people, that once it gets colder, they pull that thing inside. And where are you going to store it?
Well, a lot of guys just keep their grills in the garage anyway because
right.
they like covering it, wheeling it out.
Right.
And you'll see them in these neighborhoods, the guys, the dads, my son-in-law just down the street, that whole neighborhood, all those young dads, they're rolling their grills out. And, I mean, that's cool, too. That's very social.
Right.
You're not just in your backyard, you know, you're out with everybody jogging by and the kids playing everywhere, and so it's a cultural thing, but
yep.
I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. And the most fun thing about that in a neighborhood is you're creating smoke, and the neighbors can smell it, and then they're over. We're doing that Sunday. We're having 4 of our neighbors over, and we're just going to grill for the neighborhood. And I'm doing all the meats, and everybody's potluck and everything else, and we do this once a year, and tomorrow's the day.
How about the guy right to that one side of you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Things have gotten better.
Well, you know, we're trying to bury the hatchet.
There you go.
You know, whatever. I don't need to be that guy. We're over what we had a disagreement on, and life's okay. So, but anyway, yeah, so those are the kind of things that I would talk about what do you want? How you doing it? What are you cooking? Where's it located? You know.
Yeah, and the location, I mean, all these things are just little pieces of the puzzle. When you say, what do I want? I'm going to say your average guy is the first thing he's going to get is a gas grill.
Right.
Because, let's face it, we're all kind of lazy.
Well, and
that's why we have gas furnaces.
Right. It's lazy and busy. Because I'm just saying, if you're a mom and dad and you've got 2 or 3 kids, they're running to all kinds of sports or band or whatever. You got to get them there, feed them, and get them on the road.
That's why God gave us crock pots.
Yeah, exactly. And but the grill's the same way. If you got to heat that thing up 20 minutes and it's charcoal, that may not be practical for you. You might want to do it with a gas grill where in 4 minutes you're cooking, right? And I use one a lot. I mean, I have that on my deck, and you know what? It's good. Now, I have one that's called infrared, and you turned me on to this. Back when you were selling grills again, you represented a company that made only infrared grills, and they're high-end. Okay, I mean, full disclosure, this is not something I would have purchased without knowing more about it, and Bob having a demo that I could
you
get
didn't
access
purchase
to.
it.
What? Yeah, I understand. But that's what I said. But I mean, this is high-end stuff.
You've paid in the long run.
Right,
though.
yeah, right. God, every week at 9:00 on Saturday morning. Yeah. But infrared heat, the beauty of that is that you don't cook over flame, you cook over radiant heat, and it makes a difference. Things don't dry out, and I couldn't believe it till I cooked on it that you can make the juiciest, skinless, boneless chicken breast, and that is one of my least favorite things on a grill. I don't think it's got a lot of flavor, but it's very popular with everybody. But you can put that on that infrared, and it doesn't dry out. It just cooks, and that's a good thing, right?
So there are plenty of other brands of infrared that are lower cost imports out there, and they do work.
Sure they do. And
you're going to see them go up in price now.
Right, what? Because we're talking about them?
No, tariffs.
Tariffs, yeah, exactly.
That doesn't hurt my feelings.
But anyway, so if you got anything out of that segment, you got a lot of options. just do a little research. We're the talking internet when it comes to this stuff. And if you don't want to listen to us, just go Google it, and you'll find out all the stuff we just talked about and more.
Hit the snooze button.
Yeah, right, and get over it. But coming up next, Reed City, a little town where Bob grew up, is 150 years old this year. This is a Pure Michigan segment, and we're going to talk to the city manager, who probably was one of Bob's cohorts and partners in crime when they were young. But you're listening to Grillin' Guys. Stick with us. We'll be back.
If you're feeling hungry and you want something to eat, make yourself a list and head on down to Sobey Meats, where our staff is always friendly and they all know our creed. Come on down to Sobey's and let us meet your needs. We have kielbasa, kapusta, chicken, pork, and beef, seafood and hot sticks, a snack that can't be beat. Dairy and deli, groceries, beer and wine. And once you shop at Sobeys, you'll shop there all the time.
Hi, this is Tim Sobey from Sobey Meats. Please stop by to see Teresa and myself and the whole gang for good old-fashioned service at 3450 Remembrance Road. Make sure you visit SobeyMeats.com for our specials, and thank you for your support.
So when you're feeling hungry and you want something to eat, make yourself a list and head on down to Sobey Meats. And if you're really satisfied, there's one way we can tell. When you leave the store, make sure you ring our bell.
I am a guy and I like fire.
The Grillin' Guys.
Now hit me.
Welcome back. You listen to Grillin' Guys on the Grillin' Guys Talk Network. Hey, it's the weekend. I hope you got plans to get out in your backyard, fire up a grill or smoker. And, we live in the wonderful state of Michigan. We're surrounded by water. There's a lot of history in this state. And one of the things that we do from time to time is go home. Mm-hmm. And we'll talk to somebody from where we grew up and just reconnect. And that's some of my favorite things to do. And, Bob, you're going to take us home where you grew up, right?
Yeah, they'll finally let me come back.
Right. Well, yeah, on a visit.
Yeah, so growing up in Reed City. Anyway, my buddy up there, Kirk Taylor, who is a high school classmate, told me about the city manager mentioning something about liking to listen to the Grillin' Guys. And so we had this long conversation, and I've been talking about this guy in the air for about a year.
Right.
And so right now from Reed City, Michigan, the city manager, Rich Saladin. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for inviting me on the show.
Well, this weekend is a big deal in that town, and I've been watching it coming for 60 years. So tell us what's going on.
Well, it is a little bit of a tongue twister here, but it's the sesquicentennial celebration. So
and
we are
for
celebrating
Randy,
150 years.
And for Randy, that means that they're looking for Sasquatch, just so you know what Sasquatch.
Maybe we'll be on that show next, right?
Yeah, he eats well. I just want to see how he does it. Yeah.
So anyway, Rich Saladin.
Apparently, we're home to Dogman. I don't know if you saw that thing on
Yes.
Expedition X. Yeah. So
Yes.
we got a couple things to look for around here.
Well, Midland's trying to wrestle you for it. They claim it's theirs. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. I don't know. We're not going to let them have it.
Right. So, Rich, tell us what's going on to celebrate 150 years in Reed City.
Well, this has been a process for probably about 18 months of organizing events and getting the community involved, and we just have a great slate of things. The event started Thursday, and now Saturday we got a great lineup of things. We have a veteran memorial car show that's put on by a local veteran, Russ Niemer. I think this is the 6th or 7th year that he's been doing this, so he gets a great turnout. We usually have 75 to 80 cars right in our downtown area. And along with that, we'll have a pancake breakfast, then the Riddle Relay. We had a group of teams doing an amazing race around town, so that's going on. And then I think the two big highlights for Saturday are the Paul Bunyan Lumberjack Show.
Oh, wow.
We did 2 shows yesterday on Friday, and we got 2 today. One's at 11 a.m., the other one starts at 2 p.m., It is $15 for that show, but it's a professional group out of Florida, and they're world renowned. They've been all around the country and the world doing this lumberjack show, log rolling, speed cutting, lots of cool things like that. So looking forward to that. Then we have a big parade that's going to start at 5 o'clock in our downtown area.
Nice.
And then the Eras Ball, which Taylor Swift won't be participating in the Eras Ball. It's not the Eras Tour, but it's the Eras Ball. And we'll have all sorts of live music and social activities in our downtown area to midnight.
Well, Bob, you can go to the lumberjack presentation and learn how to drop those trees away from your building.
So I got a phone call, and I found out my dear friend Linda Van Sickle is coming up for it. So that's when I told my wife we have to go up because we're very dear old friends, and she's a special person.
Well, so she is the sesquicentennial queen from 1975. And
right.
So she is now coming back, and we're going to honor her 50 years later.
So she's
and
a
we're gonna be
centennial
crowning a
queen.
new
Well,
queen
here's
in
a
court
little inside baseball. She actually comes from royalty. Her mother's from a royal family in Costa Rica.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Old blood, and Julie was a wonderful lady.
Yeah.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
So she was the centennial queen.
Of Reed City history that we're learning as we celebrate.
How about that?
Nice.
If you keep asking questions, you might find Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
I don't think his tours come to Reed City.
So Rich, are there food trucks and vendors, or the local restaurants, or what's going on food wise up there?
One of the cool things that kicked off on Thursday was the Battle of the Downtown Burger. So there's a little punch card that four different eateries participated in, and that's going to conclude tonight, Saturday night. And then, but again, there's some food trucks. There's downtown restaurants all have specials. The downtown social district is open as part of the car show and the event, so you can hop into Sonny's or the Buckboard or the Reed City Brewery, grab a beer, walk the streets, check the cars out, and it looks like the weather is going to cooperate today. So Saturday, we're looking at a full slate of activities, and it looks like everything's going to be perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, make sure I'm going to track you down sometime this afternoon when I get there, but I'm dragging my bride up there, and she's going to get reacquainted with the old place.
Is that a term, rereaded? Is that
rereaded?
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
I guess you got to go past tense on that then, huh?
Yeah, so make sure that you do give my regards to your cousin Tommy.
Yeah, I absolutely will. And I said, you and I talked about that yesterday. Some of the businesses we have here have been so supportive. And Tom worked at Yoplait for many, many years, and we're proud to be known as the one of the 2 production centers of Yoplait yogurt. So that's a lot of part of the Reed City history.
That's huge.
We talked about the lumbering industry as the roots. We have some ties to the oil and natural gas industry, and now we're looking toward the future. And I know you guys are grilling guys, and I don't want to think about. We got a couple of great meat stores here in Reed City too that we always stop by and get some great steaks and stuff.
Indeed, Ebel's,
and then the new one just opened up last year, North End, and I tell you what, man, you want some cowboy cut ribeyes? That's
really
the place to go.
Where's that?
Oh yeah. It's right on the north end of town. Do you remember where Jim's Riverside Sportsman Shop used to be right there off the river?
Yeah, like Daly's?
Yeah, Daly's. It's just to the south of that. It's a brand new store. It's beautiful. And again, between Ebel's and North End, we are pretty blessed to have a couple of great shops.
So for those listeners that don't know where Reed City is, you go north on the west side of the state, there's a road called 131, and you head up there. And when you get to US 10, there's the Reed City exit.
And those are the crossroads.
Right.
That's why every year they have this big crossroads festival.
Right.
And it's another reason to drink beer.
Right. If you need one.
Exactly. We have a great celebration. That's the 3rd weekend in August. So if you can't make it this weekend, come back in August. But, we got the crossroads of US 10 and 131 for traveling, but we also have the crossroads of the White Pine Trail and the Pierre Marquette Trail.
Right.
So if you're a biking enthusiast or a runner or walker, it's a great place to set up. Our downtown depot, the Porteous Depot, is just a wonderful place with bathrooms and water and an outdoor fire pit. And we have this diamond where the old train tracks used to cross. It's pretty historical and it's pretty cool to see. but now they're trails, and it's great recreation too.
Right.
Yeah, and all this stuff just really, I love history.
Right.
So all this stuff just kind of feeds freaks like me with trivia.
Yeah. You've got a neighboring little wide spot in the road just a little bit west of Reed City called Chase, Michigan, and we've got some friends down there that have the Chase Smokehouse. So if you're in the area and all the restaurants are full in Reed City, then that's an option. But my point is you got some great stuff in that area for people to come up and enjoy and just really get this is pure Michigan stuff.
Yep.
It really is. You got to get up and these little small town festivals like this, you'd be surprised how cool they are once you get there.
And you never.
And I think all these small towns feed off each other too. I appreciate you bringing that up because Everett's got their little things. Chase does, Big Rapids, Cadillac, Leroy, Ashton, and everybody comes out, and we'll head to there for their festival, and they'll come to us for our festival, and it's just great to meet up and see old friends that way.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, listen, I'm going to track you down to this afternoon somewhere, and I've got your cell phone now, so you're in trouble.
Oh boy! Yeah. Well, that's right. Now I hear that you've mentioned me on the show a few times, and I listened to your show, but I've not caught that reference. But I understand I'm supposed to be looking for a white Chevy truck every now and then down. Is that correct?
It was a white Chevy sedan that Randy drives.
Oh, white Chevy sedan.
I don't remember how I ever used you as a threat against him, but maybe I'll see if I can drag him and his wife up with me tonight.
Right? Yeah, that'd be good.
Well, I keep trying to get Chief Lockhart to deputize me. So you would really be in danger if that ever happens.
So if I do meet Chief Lockhart, I have your phone number too.
There you go. So.
Well, listen, Rich Saladin, City of Reed City, Sesquicentennial. It's going on. There's all kinds of great stuff today. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on the show, and feel free to invite me back anytime.
Okay, thanks so much, Rich.
Well, you've been listening to Grillin. You've been listening to Grillin Guys on the Grillin Guys Talk Network. We appreciate you tuning in each and every week. Get out your backyard, fire up a grill or smoker, and create some grill envy in your neighborhood. Hooah!